As a psychic angel messenger, angelic spirit channeler, I had to talk to angels and ghosts all the time. And this year I had something new happen to me. I was told that a really caring African American woman has been worried about people abusing African American people that are so white that they look white. So she did ask that something magic happened to them so they'd be notified that they're actually African American. And that's what happened to me. I've never been racist. I've never thought about if I was African American or not. But then a few months ago, something strange happened to me. And the ghost of General Grant visited me. And he said he had black grandbabies and white grandbabies, and that I was one of his black grandbabies. And he gave me a visual back then. And back then, white people would use their black slaves for sexual reasons, and they'd have mixed looking kids. And I was told they did horrible things to them. They'd had some sort of breeding program where they'd breed their black slaves to look white. So then the slaves look white instead of black, but the white people knew those were actually black slaves and were bred to look white. So I told my grandma about this, and when I was telling her about this, she rolled my hand up in the car, and it looked like she had something similar happen to her. And I learned that the African American woman that did this to black people who look white was worried because she thought that the KKK might be abusing them. And I thought about and realized that she was right. I did need to know that my family was African American, that was bred to look white. I thought about my mixed friend, and her mom looks white, and her dad was black, and her stepdad's white. I thought a KKK member could have purposely got impregnated with a black person's baby, and then gave birth to it just to abuse it constantly. I'm not into racist stuff, but I seen the point in what the African American woman was worried about, who put the I don't know what they call that, but it was something that she was upset about. So her magic worked, and I understood why she was worried. I notified my daughter and I told her all about it. And my daughter's name is Jada, and she looks white. I like the name Jada. I realized that's a African American name, and that means, I think Jada means African princess. So this YouTube video is to notify the African American woman that put the spell on the mixed people, so they'd know that they were actually half. So this YouTube video is to notify the African American woman that put the spell on mixed people who didn't know they were actually part African American. So she knows her spell worked. I was notified that I am mixed. I did notify my own children, and I told them to be careful because KKK members could abuse them.